The motherland stands behind me.
Welcome to the channel. My name is Warmaster Moloch, and this is the latest installment of my How to Win As series, in which I show you how to play the first 20 to 30 turns of a campaign on legendary difficulty, so that you not only have a plan of attack, but also video proof that that plan actually works if you decide to try it. If that sounds like the sort of thing that you will enjoy or find helpful, hit like, subscribe to the channel, all that other good stuff, because I have several other of these videos already uploaded and there are more on the way. For today's video, it's a good day for you if you like to go to a certain orange and black themed website to see dominant Russian women shouting at obedient men, because we're looking today at bear-loving boss babe Tzarina Katarin of Kislev. Now, this is positioned as one of the ideal starter campaigns for new players to Total War Warhammer, and in general, most experienced players look at that recommendation and wonder what the hell Creative Assembly were thinking, because this is a campaign that can go south on you very quickly if you don't know what you're doing. Well, I do know what I'm doing, and if you don't by the end of this video, you will. So we'll start with the lay of the land and the plan. Basically, Katarin starts out in a very isolated position, surrounded by serious and rather spammy enemies who can show up with multiple stacks and put you under serious pressure. We're talking Skaven, greenskins, angry trees, vampires and chaos-loving Norskins. Oh, and the other Kislevites don't particularly like you either, so, you know, thanks for that, CA, very cool. On top of that, the faction that you're going to find friends with, the Empire, are spread out, and their provinces and elector counts tend to get picked off very easily by those exact same enemies. So you have to be prepared to stand on your own, and the biggest part of that is thinning out your pool of enemies early by choosing targets and taking them out as soon as possible. Obviously, this Norskan clan are the easy route to go down first, and you can take this whole province here very quickly if you move with aggression and make the right recruitment choices. Now from there you have a choice of four to go for. There's the Ropsman clan at Prague, there is Drycha down here somewhere, there is Clan Moulder coming out of Hellpit up here, and finally there's Azhag the Slaughterer in the mountains over here. Now Drycha down here and the Ropsmans aren't really a priority. They'll both cool their heels for the most part if you leave them alone, and Drycha offers a buffer against the vampire counts down in the south, whereas the Ropsmans offer kind of a buffer against Norskan clans coming from your northeast. So that leaves Azhag, who will eventually be here. He hasn't actually taken Caravan yet, but he will, and Throt the Unclean and Clan Moulder over here. Our choice is to take Azhag first. Now the reason why is simple. Obviously Skaven are always a pain to deal with because they tend to spam armies, but that's exactly what they bring in the early game. Spam. Lots of clan rats, lots of Skaven slaves, the odd big monster, but mostly it's just wave after wave of trash that you can hack your way through relatively comfortably. Greenskins, on the other hand, tend to be heavier armoured in the early game, and if you allow them to settle in and develop, they'll bring even more heavily armoured units, monsters like Clan Moulder would be bringing, and potentially a War that will double the size of their armies and potentially give them elite units like Black Orcs. That's before you factor in Azhag's magic, which is a real factor to deal with. So because of this, we're going to go into the World's Edge Mountains and take out Azhag early, and then once that's done, go full exterminator and deal with our rat problem in the north. So to recap, use Kislev as a buffer. If it gets attacked by Clan Moulder, we just defend Kislev from there. Take out this Norskan clan here, take out Azhag, and then rally our forces ready to go and deal with the rats. Now, flushing out the Skaven altogether can sometimes take a relatively long time, so it might be that we haven't completely wiped out Clan Moulder by the end of this video, but you'll have seen how we approach it, what to do, and you'll know this is how you're going to get rid of the rats, having already got rid of the mushroom boys. So let's get started. Turn 1, Katarin. Let's go and pick a fight. You can auto-resolve it, but I strongly recommend fighting this manually. It's an easy fight. So for this battle here, These rocks are your friend. We're going to use those as a flank guard against the cavalry and the trolls who might try to come around the side. We're going to set up our armoured Kossars with their guns at the front and our archers behind them. And then I'm going to put the cavalry and the snow leopard in behind as well. And Katarin's going to come up here and she's going to lure them into a rushed attack. Now, the reason why I'm setting up right alongside this rock rather than positioning to come a little bit back and still using this as a kill zone is because if it's not directly at your flank with this rock, the AI will actually still try to flank you. So, because the AI tends to favour hitting the sides in a flank rather than the rear, which is a bit weird, but, you know, that's the way they are. But this is how I set up. Also, the reason why I have the cavalry and the snow leopard behind is it stops the AI from spreading their army out too much. We just want to lure this cav and ideally the trolls into an early fight. Obviously, we don't want to get Katarin any more hurt than she needs to be. This spell, by the way, is absolute trash, but it's what we've got, so we're going to use it. This seems a good point to mention. I absolutely hate this ice carpet animation they've got for Katarin. I think it looks really silly. She'd look much better on foot. It does make her faster, though, so I suppose there's that. And there we go, the cav boys are getting shot up a bit. Now, we're going to be using Ice Sheet here to slow down some forces. Katarin could do with coming a little bit deeper just to draw them in. Trolls route very fast, so this is okay. They'll go. And now we're going to bring our speedy boys around the side. Cat can tank a little bit. She won't struggle with that. Go, and we'll let the snow leopard beat the crap out of this lord. Hit these missile troops. These Norscan generals can be very tanky. There we go. All done. Could have been a lot more efficient than that. I did let my armoured Kossars take more losses than I really would have liked there, but hey-ho. General dead. Job done. Right, army gone, and we'll go for devotion. Going for devotion matters a fair bit here because we don't want to have any incursions that derail us from our main early objective.
Tzarina Katarin of Kislev.
Give Katarin Route Marcher.
Mine by right.
Okay, you can, again, auto-resolve that if you like. I would prefer to fight it just because we're moving very fast, so casualties matter. Probably not worth you watching this fight, to be honest, though. You saw how I fought this the last battle, so you know what I'm going to do here. Easy fight, 4 losses. We are just going to occupy this settlement.
Tzarina Katarin
And we're going to get this growth building here, because they're 1 turn each. Now at Kislev, we're going to go for basically the same thing here, a 1 turn growth building that reduces your recruitment cost. We're going to demolish this building here because we don't need it. And we're going to recruit ourselves another lord. None of these are particularly good, are they? Let's go for corruption reduction. You do deal with a lot of corruption with these guys.
Only the most skilled may serve.
Start recruiting 2 units of Kossars.
Need
And then do the same with Katarin over here. For her experience,
born
go for... To be honest, none of these are particularly good, but we do want to get her to Lightning Strike as soon as possible. Let's reduce our recruitment costs, because money can be fairly tight at the beginning. Now, for our first research, we're going to go across to Pirates' Weapons, because that gives you more range for your units, and more armor-piercing missile damage, and a reload time reduction. So that's the most useful thing that we've got there. For the commandment at Kislev, we are going to go for relief columns because we want fast recruitment, because that gives you +2 recruitment capacity there and a reduction in cost of 10%. So very, very good. Next stage, go to the Ice Court and start recruiting a Frost Maiden, because we're going to want that magic. We're going to be going for Tempest magic on our Frost Maiden because that's a lot better than Katarin's Ice magic. And we're basically done for this turn, so we'll end the turn there. As I said, for her, Tempest magic. Go for that for your Frost Maiden. I love the training mechanism for spellcasters for Kislev. I wish that was across the board for all factions. Now, for building at Kislev, you want to go for the other growth building now, just to get that growth as high as possible. Now, you can, if you want, go for the Invocation of Salyak here, but I don't find that it's necessary, and I want to keep our devotion high to limit the possibility of incursions. At least for now, just stop that from happening, okay? Now we're going to move Katarin back into the territory of Kislev.
rebellion.
And because we can now, we're going to recruit 4 units of Kossars. And we're going to give her the other 2 units of Kossars that this guy recruited. And then we'll just send him back to Kislev. Not a particularly action-packed turn.
The old world is soft. Indulgent.
And again, this one's not a particularly action-packed turn either, because we're just going to be recruiting here.
We serve the motherland.
Let's see what we've got for our Frost Maiden. Magical Warrior, great stuff. Cooldown minus 10%. Excellent, take that. Some of these traits they get are absolutely superb.
The chaos stain. There is no greater ice witch.
Okay, so there is an approach on how to fight this. What you want to do is you want to attack the general outside the settlement. Now, obviously, it wouldn't result in you fighting a settlement battle regardless. So, you know, that's not the reason why. The reason why is because if you do this, all of these guys are going to be coming in as reinforcements, which means you get more time to set up your army, and you also get the opportunity to wipe out this guy, and you don't have to deal with him really during the battle because your cavalry and your snow leopard will get him. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring this general to here. Another benefit to it is that you basically get a double dip of experience, because once you've done that, you can then attack the settlement as well afterwards, because you won't wipe out everyone. Then Katarin comes in and attacks this general here. Now, you can auto-resolve it if you want. I think that's a very bad idea for obvious reasons that you can see on your screen there. It looks fairly chunky, but honestly, if you know what you're doing, this is an easy fight. So I'm going to show you how to fight it. So, plan-wise, we're going to have a little mob here with our Lancers and our Snow Leopard. They're going to go after this general, take him out. We're going to corner camp with the rest of the army. As you can see, we've got a minor flank guard here, and we've got the general coming in here, the second general, to help shield all of these archers that we've got here. So we're going to corner camp. Obviously, we can't straight corner camp immediately, but we'll get that sorted out in a moment. I tend to throw the Ice Guard in with the back line of archers there, because we're going to have a demi-checkerboard. The armoured Cossars I tend to use as kind of a sweeper unit, as I refer to them. Basically, they're out the front, and they look for the heavy-hitting units like trolls, like cavalry, the ones that take a fair bit of shooting, generals, and they come out, they shoot them because the guns do better damage against those sorts of large units, and therefore they take them out before they become a real threat. Katarin obviously is going to be up front, potentially tanking, as will this general here. So we're going to send these guys in, and now we'll start moving these ones back to here, those to there, these to here, and Katarin can just stand there. Right, now let's get to these guys. The Snow Leopard is going to do the majority of damage to this general, and what you're really using the cavalry for is to knock him over if it looks like he's going to hurt the Snow Leopard. Because the Snow Leopard does tend to miss a fair bit. Okay. And it's a bit of a cycle charge deal what we're going to do here. Watch out, you didn't knock him over. That's fine. We got away with that a bit. Yeah, he took a hit there. Bad timing from the cat. But this general's almost dead. Right, this is almost gone. He's ready to rout, but we want him to die. Shattered is good enough, technically. Okay, we've got Marauder Horsemen there. The Ice Trolls are there. Right, looks like we've got enough time to finish this guy off. There we go. Okay, let's start moving these guys back because they're going to be protecting our line a little bit. So we're going to take 4 of these units and bring them forward into a demi-checkerboard. You don't need to go full checkerboard on this, and we're going to bring this general to here. I tend to favour having the Snow Leopard here and the Cav here. Now we've got to be able to protect this flank here. So Cav to there. You see our firing cones, they're not covering everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn these slightly. And that'll give us a better firing cone in that direction. And now I'm going to tell the Cossars, save your ammo. Right, the Ice Trolls have not come in yet, so I'm going to turn this around. We want to get the General. And I'm going to put the Snow Leopard there. Now, we might be able to take these out in a straight fight if they stand, because the Winged Lancers are better in melee than these guys, if we can catch them. Oh, here come the Ice Trolls. Let's, in fact, in that case, let's spread these out a little bit. There you go. As you can see, the Lancers are winning over here. And I'm going to hit Ice Sheet on them. Yeah, the Snow Leopard will go because they're not very good. But he did his job. He slowed down the ice trolls. Katarin, we've got to be careful with her. She can tank, but those Norscan lords are a real pain. Right, bring this lord back. Where's our cavalry now? Yeah, just keep them out of the battle. That'll do fine. That's enough work from you. We're going to hit ice sheets here. Slow these guys down. And then once we've got a fat blob here, I'm going to hit this wind spell through the middle. This is looking good. There we go. Okay, we're going to turn these round because they haven't gone for the flank like I was thinking they would. That's fine. And we've caught that cavalry. We're winning. And our Snow Leopard's back.
Tzarina Katarin.
Another wind spell through here. Well, what happened with that direction there? That was a bit weird. Okay, whatever. Yeah, he can just slow them down. And the armoured Cossars are doing fine with just tanking. And we've almost won it already. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move these across. Shoot this guy down. Yeah, the Snow Leopard got routed again. That's absolutely fine. He did his job. Starting to pull these armoured Cossars back a little bit. He'll see off this general. That's okay. And we'll slow down their run so we can kill as many of them as we can. I'm going to pull the armoured Cossars right the way back because we don't really need them in the fight anymore, and I prefer not to lose them. That spell's not great for kills, but hey-ho. Man, this fight over here is taking ages against those Marauder Horsemen. You can tell it's legendary difficulty, can't you? There we go, we won. So for this one, I'm going to say take the replenishment, because we did take some casualties there. It was a tough fight. Make sure he's going to be involved. For Katarin... We've done our recruitment for now, so I'm actually going to say let's start reducing our attrition because we are going to be doing some mountains climbing soon, so just keeps that from becoming a factor. Now you can auto-resolve this here. There's a follow-up fight to be had, so I'm actually going to fight it manually. Probably not one that you'll need to watch. Very simple battle. We are just going to occupy because we just want to avoid rebellions round here. And we're going to go with... Let's go for growth and money combined. Plus that reduces recruitment costs because we're going to be recruiting more troops soon. Reassuring presence for Cat.
With this, I got
for our Ice Witch, Magic Missile or the Explosion. We'll go for Glacial Blaster because those explosions do more damage overall. You can use them against blobs. Put him there. Route Marcher and Leader of Renown for him. And we're actually going to start recruiting troops with him straight away. And then for this one up here, we're going to go with the income. Awaken the land from there. Make sure that's gone on. Yep, awaken the land. Just to get a bit of extra money in, because it is getting a little bit tight, but not hugely so. Okay, so that's our first bit of research done. Katarin is now going to come over with this guy and hit Fort Jakova. That's obviously going to be an absolute cakewalk of a fight. We'll have them both there to give him some experience as well.
I stand for Kislev.
For our next bit of research, we're going to go with cold storage for the extra growth and casualty replenishment rate. Let's have a look at Kislev. We can start taking Kislev up to tier 2. Financially, we're in good shape for that now. For the Ice Court, Campaigner or Battler, neither of these are very good, but we'll just go with Battler.
Strike them down.
Let's just auto-resolve it. The auto-resolves aren't great for Kislev, to be fair, but that wasn't bad overall. And this one, I'm going to say we're going to loot and occupy because we now have the capital and we're near enough to defend it if we need to. Repair that building, get rid of this one because we don't need it. For our commandment for this turn, we're going to go with relief columns because we want to do more recruitment for him. Skill points for Katarin will go Draft Master, of course. This guy didn't get one, that's okay. And now we can get an Ataman and we'll put them in Kislev. Growth and control, growth and money. We'll go with growth and money here. That percentile boost to the money is very good because Kislev's a pretty rich settlement.
None shall question me.
Now, when it comes down to building up the Southern Oblast, put your money and your growth into Fort Jakova. It can only go to tier 3 anyway, but you just want to make sure that if Clan Moulder decides they're going to attack you early and hit Zavastra, then that's absolutely fine. You won't really have lost any money or growth, but the growth doesn't matter so much because all of these settlements can only go to tier 3 anyway. So yeah, put it into Fort Jakova, Vitevo next if you want to, but leave Zavastra until you've already started to deal with Clan Moulder. Now we're going to look at our diplomacy a little bit. And we are done for this turn.
Second only to the throne.
Now we're going to change our commandment to Power of the Church, because that gives you hero recruit rank +2, and we're about to get our second Ice Witch next turn. For this turn, 5 units of armored Kossars there. As you can see, our money is now starting to get tight. But don't worry about it, because there is a plan in place here. This here is one of the major passing points for Cathayan trade caravans, and you can attack them and get absolute crap tons of money. So that's what we're going to do here. Now for Fort Jakova, I'm going to say go for this one, the farmstead, because you get growth and money from it. So we're just going to hold here and recruit a little bit while we wait for our new spellcaster and for the trade caravans. Now something else has happened. Azhag has sent down an army. We can't resist that opportunity. It does sometimes happen. I'll explain what happens there in a second. Basically, Azhag, once he's got his settlements there, has a real up in the mountains, that is, has a real liking for hitting Narganhov and then force marching an army down south. This is a full army of greenskins. We are going to be fighting Azhag eventually, so we're going to have to take advantage of this while we can. Sadly, we're not going to be able to use our Ice Witch in this fight, but that's okay.
Frost Maiden,
She can watch.
gifts of winter.
Yeah, she's just not able to join in yet. It's in Force March. It does tend to be in Force March when this happens, so let's just attack. Now, you can get a decisive victory from it. Do I trust that? Do I hell? Because Azhag could literally be standing there with another full stack very close, and we do have corners that we can attack from with a corner cap. So we're going to fight this manually, make sure we take minimal casualties because we don't want to be spending ages replenishing. Let's get to it. And that gave us some much needed money. I don't feel like we especially need the replenishment right now, so I'm going to take more money.
They are no threat.
That army is wiped out.
Tzarina Katarin of Kislev.
Hoya.
There we go. And she's back inside getting full replenishment. We'll get her lightning strike stage 1.
Guard Kislev.
Bow before me.
And let's go leader of renown stage 2 for him because he is going to be doing some more recruitment. 3 more units. I won't build up Fort Jakova yet. Now, these trade caravans show up round about turn 8 or 9. There's normally 2 of them that you can pick off for a lot of money. You'll normally get 40 to 50,000, but I want to hold off on building up Fort Jakova just for a moment in case they take a turn longer, because that would be bad.
Frost
Now, for her, I'll tend to go Hailstorm 1, Biting Wind 3, and then 1 into Freezing Winds. Hailstorm, it's tempting to put 2 into that, but you want to get to Blizzard as soon as possible because that is a much harder spell to avoid for the AI. So you want to have that one as soon as you can get it. That's it for this turn. And there's our first trade caravan. So we're obviously going to hit that with our spellcaster in tow. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the cavalry
I do it for
to this guy. Because for now I'm going to have the spellcaster be with Katarin.
The Ice Court shall provide.
Lord
We get
of
nice and
all.
close to that.
They
Declare
invite
war. It's actually Zhao Ming, so we're actually fighting one of the tough guys here, but hey ho. He's not a factor for us anytime soon. This has already been hit, so it's in a weakened state. We'll just auto-resolve it.
blade and frost.
Not the greatest auto-resolve, but could have been worse. We'll take replenishment. And that got us a ton of money, as you can see. And it also pulled us all over the place on the map.
Lord of the provinces.
Katarin goes back inside Fort Jakova. And then this guy, outside Fort Jakova, in ambush stance. Just in case Azhag comes down. We are going to wait for at least one other turn, because I'm pretty sure we're going to have another trade caravan that we can attack. And at this stage, we can start building up Fort Jakova and we can recruit or start training another Frost Maiden. This is for the Ataman. We're going to go Purger. Come out of that.
The Tzarina.
Skill points. 1 extra into Lightning Strike for Katarin.
From Kislev's great god.
And end the turn. Usually when you're getting the trade caravans, like 9 times out of 10, it'll be one of the no-name sort of generic Cathayan factions. They're easier to make peace with afterwards. There you go. There's one. If it's Zhao Ming or Miao Ying, you're more likely to wind up having to deal with them not accepting peace afterwards, but you know, shit happens. They're miles away, so who cares? Deal with them later. Just take that deal there with the Empire, get as much money out of them as we can. Tempest magic again for this Frost Maiden. for our research, we're going to go convalescence because that's casualty replenishment rate plus growth.
With this, we stand against
Oh, look,
chaos.
we got a treble hit now because there's 3 trade caravans we're going to get to hit. Awesome stuff. Let's go, lads. Ordinarily, you'll only get 2. I'm just going to take the auto-resolve on that. That was worse than it should have been, let's be honest now. So with that in mind,
Ice Queen of
I'm going to say get to there.
Mistress of Ice.
And I think we'll probably fight this one manually because I was not happy about that auto-resolve. We'll fight this one manually, you don't really need to see it. That was, of course, an absolute breeze. We're going to get replenishment over the end turn regardless, so I'm going to take money.
They are not barbaric.
There we go. Now, Katarin, I'm going to move to here and put her in ambush stance.
We must go unseen.
And then this guy's going to come to here. And he's going to recruit some more armored Kossars. For Kislev, let's go for the money building here.
Our loyalty goes unrewarded.
And do you know what? I might start building up Vitevo because we've got loads of cash now.
Kislev endures. Defy chaos.
Katarin now has maxed out Lightning Strike, which is perfect.
Chaos at bay.
And our Frost Maiden, Evasion, and Blizzard. Blizzard is the best spell that she's got overall. That does a lot of damage. This Boyar can have Reassuring Presence.
With this, my rule is absolute.
And then here, I'm going to say let's go for Awaken the Land. Just get extra money in from the Southern Oblast. It's not much, but, you know, get something. And as you can see, Azhag didn't like what we did there, and he's priming to potentially come and get us, which is why we're offering Sergov Rozhov here as bait while Katarin sits there ready to ambush. Let's see if he goes for it. He did go for it. It's saying Pyrrhic Victory because it attacked Sergov first, but I'm still feeling pretty confident on this, so we are going to fight this manually. Let's have a look at the Pyrrhic Victory. We would lose 1 unit. It's medium casualties, though. No, we're going to fight this manually because we can always, if this army's getting a bit too beaten up, we can always withdraw it and then bring in Katarin's army to follow up. Let's fight. So this is a tricky battle to fight, but pretty easily winnable once you know how. So we're going to put our cavalry over here and we're going to hide them in the trees because Azhag has rock lobbers. So we're obviously going to have to deal with them. This army here, or these Kossars here, we're just going to move straight back to occupy not quite the corner, not like a traditional corner camp where you'd normally have it across in this direction, but a slightly sideways corner camp, because this mountain means they're going to approach us in less of a kind of direct in this direction kind of attack, and they're going to come more like around here. So we don't have to worry about defending this flank as much. And the general, we're just going to leave here. Now, Katarin, we need to bring round to there. Obviously, you've got reinforcements coming in, but that's actually of benefit to us with this smaller army being the one that's attacked first. We missed the ambush, which would have led to this being an absolute cakewalk of an auto-resolve. But the fact that there are reinforcements coming in means that Azhag is going to stand around and wait for both of these armies to not only come onto the field, but to join up with his army, which is more than enough time for Katarin and her forces to come in. So let's just get started with it. This is going to be our frontline army. The general's going to come here. We've got a hill here that we can use for cover. Bear in mind, we are going to be dealing with a lot of spells from range because of Azhag, and I believe he's got a spellcaster, and also the goblin rock lobbers. So we're going to hide our single entities over this hill to make it harder to hit them. And this is going to be our front line, aside from the heroes, the general, and the two generals, the hero and the... Actually, the snow leopard will probably run over here to join up with the winged lancers, because this is going to be detailed with getting the rock lobbers once the armies move forward and they're no longer as well defended. We'll have this as our front line. Cat's army will come in behind, except for the armoured Kossars, which will go up front to try and Lord Snipe Azhag, one of the other two lords we've got here. But we haven't quite got that angle right there. Let's go for that. Right, we're going to speed this up because this is a lot of watching while we stand around and wait for shit to actually happen. And obviously we are going to... What am I doing here? We're going to get our demi-checkerboard in place. Now, because, as I say, they're coming around this mountain here, this hill, whatever the hell you want to call it, they're not likely to spread out fully. So I feel that actually turning these 5 units round slightly will be beneficial to us so we get more of a kill zone in this region. And as you can see, we've still got decent coverage over here, so we shouldn't have any problems. And we can always turn the rear line around to help with that. How long until Cat arrives? Okay, not long. We'll full speed it again because, as you can see, they're not coming forward. They want everyone joined up before they will actually start to head out. There we go. Okay. These guys are going to stand behind the mountain, behind the hill here, I should say. Where's our snowcat? There we go. We'll send that over to here as fast as we can. And make a group with that and the cavalry. And we'll bring these to... I'm going to say have this many units here. And then have these... Actually, I'm going to bring those round to here to act as a firing line in this area, because we've got to watch out for the flank. I'll send this unit a bit further forward. Right, bring these round behind the hill so they don't get shot. Now, Katarin actually has Stalk because she got the Blizzard Brooch, so I could potentially use that, but you might not necessarily get it in your campaign, so I won't show it here. Right, our magic is not going to be particularly effective on the approach here because we're not likely to see many blobs unless they're over here, actually. Why don't I put Katarin, not Katarin, Evelina, I think. Yeah, Evelina over here and hide her to see whether I can get a good biting wind down on some units. Get a good biting wind down, and made it sound like she was going to fart on them. You know, maybe you're into that sort of thing. Maybe that's the sort of strategy, quote unquote, that you like. See, we got spells coming in there. It's that guy, I think, Masha.
March for Kislev.
There she goes. She's hidden. And get her a little bit deeper than that because these guys are coming over relatively close. They'll probably change course in a second. If not, I'll pull her out. It's fine. This is just, you know, more in hope than expectation. They are... See, that's the sort of thing I'd like to get. Once they get closer, just hit a biting wind. So it'd have to be about there that we'd hit it. But those units there in that blob, like Blizzard would be great on that. How far can we cast Blizzard from? Because that is kind of tempting, to be honest. Right, do you know what? I'm going to go for that. I'm going to go for that. That is too tempting because we're making them blob up at the side here.
The power of winter.
It's a very expensive spell, this one, but if we can get a few units in there at once, it's potentially very good.
Follow the cross.
Don't think they managed to hit her there, so that's good. I think that one gave her a sort of glancing blow. Okay, she didn't get any kills off the back of that, but as you can see, she's done a lot of damage to a few units there. She's got 42 magic left. So we can get 4 biting winds, or... what's that, like 7 hailstorms? Ah, they're going after her. That's fine. If we can draw this unit in and get it shot to pieces, that wouldn't be bad. Right, we've got the rock lobbers shooting now at us. Now it's a matter of, do we use the magic now or do we wait?
Seeking opportunity.
Because we could actually get some kills if we hit that there.
Kislev's bidding. I am the storm.
I'm going to go for it, as you can see.
Very well. Following the storm.
Okay, I'm going to bring these round to here because the trolls are coming in this direction. Did you get any kills for that? Yeah, she got 79 kills for that combo of 2 spells there, so that was pretty effective. It's kind of tempting to go for that biting wind along there. But I feel like they're going to start moving. Screw it, we're going to try it.
Glory.
Okay, she has more or less taken out a couple of units by herself. 131 kills. Right, we're going to move these out now. The cat's going to go for that spellcaster. And then that's going to go for the rock lobbers.
Bringer of Hoardfrost.
Okay, there we go.
For the ice.
Straight into those rock lobbers.
I am the storm.
Okay, what's moving fast? Okay, cat moved back. Yeah, she got hit with a spirit leech. Right, she's got a block. Ooh, no, 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 no. She's getting hurt very badly there. Let's just pull her around. Oh, that cat's not doing so great. Pull him out. Right, we got rid of the rock lobbers. That's good. Catherine, keep going. Keep going. Just get out. You Drop that on there. And then get out of that fight. And then just come along here. Yeah. Having to do a lot of babysitting here. Right, where's Evelina? Get her around to here, and then I'm going to stick that on there. Oh, Katarin's in a fight. Oh, yeah, that's fine. She can fight that. Oh, no, we want to get her away from Azhag. Get the snow leopard out. It's doing really badly. Don't know if it fled or was wiped out there. Looks like it was wiped out. I actually don't care. The snow leopard at this stage is not that important to us. Okay, she's doing okay there with the tanking against Clubber. There we go. Just get rid of them. How are we getting on over here? Oh, no. Stay away. Okay, the general's running. And now Katarin, I'll say get to there. Now we want to turn all of these around because we've got really good kill zones here. Just make them rout. Fuck's sake. It's a lot of babysitting you got to do for these guys. Cavalry got caught by the trolls. I don't particularly care about that, but I'd rather not lose them straight away, you know. Bring those round to here. I've got to get both girls to safety. Where's the other one? Yes, get them to safety, and we'll just shoot these down from here. Just keep her out the way. Right, you shoot those trolls. Cat's got to get out of there because I don't rate her chances against that orc spellcaster. Okay, get rid of that. Right, that's shattered. Turn that round. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a few units of these backwards. And we've done it. There we go. Let's see how much damage was done, and also just use these to sweep up. Okay, so we lost the Snow Leopard, a unit of Armoured Kossars, and 3 units of Kossars in exchange for basically wiping out everything that Azhag has left. We're going to take the replenishment. So we've got those to wipe out. So what I'm going to do here is get rid of this for a start. I'm going to move Katarin to there. And get Sergov to lead this fight. Can we auto-resolve it safely? Yeah, I think we'll just auto-resolve that. Get rid of both armies. Yeah, that was very cost effective. The money's not worth very much, so we'll take that small bit of replenishment there.
Governor of Kislev's lands.
And Katarin can now go to here. That's showing Pyrrhic victory, but obviously it won't be. Let's fight. And if you're wondering why I'm not bringing the reinforcements in, they already have a job to do. As you can see, there's one more army left there. Not especially worried about that.
Seeking power.
We're gonna just get to... That's as far as we can... That's as close as we can get without going into attrition. But yeah, those guys are on their way to go and do another job for me. Easy win, settlement taken. Now you want to occupy these settlements because you don't want any rebellions around here, okay? And for this guy, we're going to recruit 3 units of, whatchamacallit, he's Kossars. Just normal Kossars. And Katarin will get Logistician and Renowned and Feared for her. And our Spellcaster will put 1 into Magical Reserves, 1 into Blizzard. Let's go for Eldritch Defender for this one that's in training. And for the General there, we'll go Draft Master Lightning Strike.
This is mine, by right. Highborn son.
And 2 more turns, we should be able to boost Kislev up. Okay, end the turn. And Throt has declared war. Always coming, so be ready for it, guys. Okay, Ostermark's gone. This army, we're going to go into encamp stance, and we'll get to there.
I demand absolute loyalty.
Katarin's army comes to here. Goes into encamp stance. 3 units of Kossars. Ranger for that spellcaster in training. We just got ourselves a Patriarch, so that's useful. We'll send him to here just to scout for us. We're not going to put anything into Zavastra at this time. And as you can see, Azhag has declared a war, so he's going presumably for Ungrim Ironfist. End the turn. So this army now, we need to immediately hit Caravan with that army inside. Says Valiant Defeat, will obviously win that, even without any magic. Katarin can't quite reach there, but that's okay.
My decree.
I'm going to come to there, and we're going straight to Azhag Attacks next turn. Priority fight here. Let's get on with it. And that's the win. Messy fight, but not hard. Job done. So lost a couple of units, almost lost another, but that is now taken. Now, the reason why it's important to get Caravan under control soon is because if you don't do it soon enough, then you can have a problem where, what's her name? Tree bitch. Drycha comes up and takes Caravan instead, and that's just a pain in the ass. You don't want to be dealing with that. We've got some recruitment time here, so I'm going to get 3 units of those, and then I'm going to merge those weaker ones there.
Tzarina Katarin of Kislev.
Yeah, that'll be fine for the moment. Better bows makes no difference really because we don't have many Ice Guard right now. Start taking Kislev to tier 3. And end the turn. Okay. Now this army is gonna haul ass.
This is my province.
Straight back to our other territories. This province will start building defences here at Fort Jakova, Vitevo. Do you know what? We'll build defences there as well. Just for the sake of it. Now, next turn, we can obviously recruit our spellcaster, so we'll change this commandment to Power of the Church so that she goes up an extra 2 for that. And now, we're going to hit Azhag Attacks, which is a very easy settlement to take. Obviously, you can auto-resolve that here, but I'm not going to do that. I'll show you why it is such an easy settlement to take once I've just checked to make sure I've done everything I need to. Yeah, everything's looking fine.
Bow before me. Patriarch of Kislev.
Just have him wander around a bit, see if he spots anything, but
Execute any stragglers.
no. For our research, let's go for improved lookouts for that extra recruitment.
Stand against chaos.
And let's show you how to take Azhag Attacks. Okay, the reason why this settlement is an easy take is because of this here. There is no wall tower coverage in this region. You can get a tower shooting at you from over here, but it'll only be a piercing tower. So it's not really a big deal. So with that in mind, we're going to go 4 archer units there. 4, 4, 4, and 3. Armoured Cossars there.
Tzarina Katarin.
And our ladies here. They're going to act as blockers in case the towers become active. We're just going to move everything over to here. Let's take everyone off of fire at will. Get the ladies in place to block. And start moving. Now we've got to watch out because there are some archers there. So we want to take them out fast.
Fight for Ursel. Wolfstaff Kislevites.
Yeah, the wall tower, sorry, the arrow tower is shooting at us from inside. But we were ready for that. Just move them closer. Now, is it worth banging a quick spell out here? Not while it's Hailstorm, because they'll just dodge it. Now, you might be thinking, wreck the gates as well so you can shoot through them with the armoured Cossars. I personally recommend not doing that.
The queen marches.
Because, well, there's 2 reasons why. Those archers have moved now, so I'll just line up normally. And we no longer have to worry about being shot. The reason why, one, if there's a spellcaster inside here, they can use projectile spells on you. The other is if you run out of ammo on one of your ranged units, they're liable to charge in because there's a sodding glitch in this game which makes even units that are on guard mode charge through the gates for no reason once they've run out of ammo. Very cool, CA. Isn't it about time you patched that? Because it's still happening. But yeah, by not opening the gates, you avoid that. And you don't need to open the gates, really. Katarin.
The people's ruler.
Stick that on there. Make them pay.
Dodge.
There we go. That was enough to tip the balance of power, and we've now won. It was easy enough. You can be a lot more efficient than this, but I was in kind of a hurry because the videos do get long when you're fighting battles like this. Job done. And again, just occupy. There's not much money in it for you. And as you can see, the Bonerattlaz are destroyed, and that's how you get rid of Azhag good and early, guys. You don't have to dally around. You need to get rid of him fast. And then life gets a lot easier for you. We're going to go for Guardian Call because the Snow Leopard summon's quite useful. And for this girl here, we'll max out Blizzard. We'll get him Lightning Strike. There we go. And she now has Frost Fang as well.
None shall question me.
Commandment here. Let's go with... We'll go with income from all buildings because you can get gold from Ungrim. End the turn. Right. He's got to haul it straight toward Vitevo. We're going to get this girl in. She comes in at rank 6, so we're going to go full Hailstorm, biting... we're going to single Hailstorm, full Biting Wind, and 1 into Freezing Winds. This Boyar now has... We'll go for Observant there, Placate Daj. And Katarin now has to move fast. We're going to start building up Ungrim first, because Ungrim is where you can build gold. Now, something to bear in mind about holding this province here. Obviously, I'm doing it. One thing that you have to bear in mind is that Grimgor Ironhide very often confederates this faction here, the Slaves of Jar, which means this then becomes his territory and brings you into contact with him, which is going to result in a war sooner or later. I'm not worried about it, but if you're feeling a bit squeamish about it and you'd rather avoid that because you think Throt's going to take you a long time to get rid of, then you can sell these settlements to Ungrim Ironfist. So let's go down here.
Do not be intimidated by the
and you can like sell him Khazid Erkolaj and then sell him the other ones in successive turns. And that way... you get great relations with him, but also a lot of money because he'll pay you a lot for these places. So that's something you can do. End the turn. He can't quite reach Vitevo yet, so we're not going to risk him. Just going to put him there. Going to put the spellcaster in there. We'll leave him there. And now Katarin's going to haul ass to Fort Jakova. End the turn. Krakadrak's been wiped out, that's fine. And there you see Throt is making his way towards Zavastra. So Throt's at Zavastra. We're going to go forced march straight to Zavastra. Stick him in there. Start taking Fort Jakova up to tier 3. Katarin now goes to Kislev. And as you can see, what we've done in 16 turns is we've wiped out this Norscan clan here. We've wiped out Azhag out of the mountains. And we've now got 3 whole provinces, because obviously Kislev is a mega province, effectively. We're going to take this up to tier 2. And we're in a very strong defensive position. We can't recruit over this end turn because... we've obviously gone into force march for everything. That is very beatable if he attacks us there, because we get an extra 6 ranged units that we can use effectively freely. Plus we've got a hero who can tank for us and a spellcaster. And as you can see, Throt did not fancy it there with that army. He's not feeling confident enough.
Tzarina of all Kislev.
Yeah, we're not worried about these. They don't matter. They've got to come through Prague before they even get close to us. And there's Throt.
I stand for Kislev.
Ice Queen of Kislev.
What we're going to do here
None shall
is
question.
we're going to move Katarin to... Let me just pick the best spot for her. The thing is, Throt's going to run. So do we want to just hit him? Do you know what? We're going to hit him with Katarin. That makes him run.
Rebellion against me is inconceivable.
And now,
Kislev endures. Onward, never falter.
forced march Cat to there.
Stamp out chaos.
Face my ire.
And it's pretty bloody obvious that that is not a Pyrrhic victory. So what we're going to do is we're going to fight this manually and we're going to kick his ass. Let's have a quick look at the map. Yeah, we can corner camp against that. We can do whatever we like against that. Let's fight him. All right, let's take a look at the lay of the land here. So that is Katarin's army. So we definitely want that to come round to here. And we've got the garrison, which I hadn't even factored in. They're going to be coming in as well. That's an extra 10 seconds to get them better positioned. Obviously, we want them to be the foremost in terms of our battle layout. We'll have Katarin's army come in there. And we're going to corner camp here. We've got a lot of troops. So I'm thinking this army will spread out quite a bit at the front. We might even make it like... How many units do we have here? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. We could go 8 and 7, but then I'm checkerboarding a bunch behind as well. We've got to watch out for rocks too. I'm leaning towards using the rocks as a defensive structure. Cavalry can stay there for the moment. We might use them to attack the warp fire throwers because those are the biggest threat, Throt and the warp fire throwers. I want this guy to try and lure anything fast into attacking us early. Throt's reasonably quick. It's got warp grinders. We're not overly worried about them. Yeah, we want Throt to charge in hard and fast. Go to there. Do you know, I'll worry about the overall formation later. We're going to have a 9-part front line for them. 6 behind to start. She doesn't have a mount yet. But that's okay. Just one out of tank. Not much magic, so that's not helpful. Yeah, I think we've got the right plan here, so we're just going to go with it. Going to go like that, actually. Then these behind. I might even have to put Katarin's army further forward. It might be that they don't even attack. They are coming forward. No, they are definitely going to attack. I want Throt to feel confident and come at us, personally. It's got the warp fire throwers here. Obviously, we need to shred the life out of them as soon as possible. Oh yeah, these two need to come forward. Go back, I should say. Okay. Those to there. These to here. Okay, we've got some stuff coming forward now, including some warp fire throwers. So if we can take them out fast, that would be nice. So I'm just going to keep him close enough to keep them interested. Obviously, these will go out as the very front. There we go. The AI does tend to to feint these kinds of attacks. Send something forward and then go backwards. But if they do want to come forward, that would be lovely. Oh shit. Turn around. Just managed to avoid that. That's good. Do you know what? Taking out a unit of warpfire throwers would actually be fantastic right now. I was not sure if charging them through trees is the best way to do it. Okay. Just get them up front. We need to get Katarin's whole army in behind. Cat needs to come forward, so does the spellcaster. Just a very, very cluttered line we're winding up with here. Right, keep an eye out for the warpfire throwers. They are the biggest threat. How's that cav getting on? Yes, they've shredded those warpfire throwers. Let's go for the night runners next. We need to block this out. Here comes Throt. That's awkward. He'll chase her, though. He will definitely chase her, which is fine by me. We got warpfire throwers. If we can get them running backwards, that's good for us. Oh, too many units. That's fine. Let's go for the warpfire throwers. All these units that are getting whacked here, that's okay. Take out those warpfire throwers. I don't know what I did there with that aim, but it wasn't good. Where's our cav? Where's our... Go for them, seriously. Get rid of them. Right, you go for the warpfire throwers. Let's go in for these units. Right, get in behind. Yeah, those are just Kossars with spears there. Just tie them down. She can run away. Right, get away from Throt. Looks like we've basically done it. Where's our cav? Right, get them. Yeah, we've won. Nice and easy. That's a lot of replenishment right there. We'll take that, 'cause it means we can move out faster. And now he's got a bear. So we're going to stick Katarin in there because she's in forced march. We don't want to take any chances with her. This guy we're going to go into encamp stance behind Zavastra. So they can't get ambushed either. For him,
My supremacy is assured.
logistician,
A tool fit for a lord.
and we'll recruit him another unit of Kossars.
Tzarina Katarin.
In fact, while we're here, get rid of that. Swap one unit from him to her.
Bow before me.
Ah, sorry. Yeah, that's what we want. And then one more unit of Kossars for him, and then we'll have 2 full armies, and our finances are in really good shape. We'll get evasion for that spellcaster now. And definitely Ursin's Roar and Salyak's Lullaby for the Patriarch of Kislev. Very, very good. Okay, at this stage we'll start building up Zavastra. And for our research, it would be nice to be able to recruit Ice Witch Lords, so we will go for Ice Court Indoctrination there, I think. Although that extra movement range would be nice. We're going to go for Ice Court Indoctrination, but probably Troll Country Pathfinder next. We don't actually have the devotion for that yet, but we will get there. We'll start building defenses for Kislev now, just so we can leave it alone. I generally go for the Watch Patrol first and foremost to get a bigger garrison. And we can go for here to get to the Ice Guard, but we're not at that stage yet. We do want artillery eventually in the form of little Groms, but we'll hold up for the moment. Let's just go for this for now, because we get all that extra growth. It's important. We want Kislev to be tier 5 as soon as possible. Kazid Urkalaj will start getting up to tier 2. Our public order there could be better, but we'll get there.
I stand for Kislev.
And end of turn. The Great Orthodoxy are gone. Very sad, many such cases. Right. This part here is where we've got to get on with the sneaky sneaks. And something you've got to bear in mind always with this is a mentality of this is a marathon, not a sprint. Because if you start trying to sprint against Skaven, you're going to get wrecked. The fact that we've taken out Throt's army is fantastic. But that does not mean that the battle or the war against the Skaven is anywhere near done. So let's build up Watchtower here. This is fine. Let's go for gold at Karakungor. And maybe we go for that so that we can actually recruit some more Patriarchs. So let's move to here. In encamp stance. You use the encamp stance to ward off the potential for being ambushed by the Skaven. And we're just going to creep our way up. And stay close together. Because they're liable to attack you with more than one army. And you want that advantage. We're going to go for Arcane Conduit. For him. Her, I should say. And that's basically that for this turn. Again, marathon, not a sprint. There we can already see one army. Don't take any chances. Like what you could conceivably do, but I'm not going to, is going to ambush stats with one of them to try and catch them in an ambush. But if they spot that ambush, they might attack that one army. And these Kossar armies, they don't do well against ambushes. You get wrecked, even by Skaven slaves on legendary difficulty. There you go. You've got 2 armies, a little bit there, and obviously Fort Ostrosk will have a garrison. There's another army. So they got 3 armies here, and don't be surprised if there's more coming from Fort Stragov and from Hell Pit itself. That guy, yeah, not especially worried about that. End the turn. And there we go. We get that auto-resolve there. Now, we don't have the movement range to attack Fort Ostrosk straight away. Don't get tempted in this situation. Do not just rush in and hit it. That is a very, very bad move. We're going to move to there. Because you want your reinforcements to be in encamp stance still. Because you don't want to have one army protected from ambush inside the settlement while the other one's just hanging out there with its ass in the air. There you go. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 full armies, basically speaking. And more to back it up. So they might attack us over this end turn. Let's see if they do. There's an Undercity at Kazidurkulaj. Okay, they've backed off because we've stayed together. It would not have surprised me if they'd attacked us, though. Go away now, mate, yeah? There we go. Job's a good one. Patriarch, we'll take that.
Patriarch of Kislev. Patriarch of Kislev.
Bring him up to here. Right, let's check our settlements. Going to boost the gold there. Defenses here at Kazidurkulaj. And let's start building up Karak Rasiak. Going to go for walls there at Fort Jakova. Is there anything else really worth getting? We'll go for that. Zamastra, let's start putting some defenses up there. Now, we should now be able to get right up close and personal. We're very, very close anyway. It was just not quite worth the risk from there. So we go to that. And now Katarin can lead this attack against Fort Ostrosk. It's saying decisive victory. Obviously, it is going to be a decisive victory, but I want to fight this manually. You don't really need to watch this. I just want to minimize our casualties. There we go. Very simple, little bit of damage taken, but nothing major. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to do that and minimize the casualties, we're just going to... We'll just occupy, we don't need the money that badly. One of the reasons why I wanted to minimize casualties so much there is because obviously they've got a lot of armies around. Now, if I leave myself exposed here, which I'm kind of having to, I just come up to here, this side. An option that they have, in fact, because of where these armies are coming from, I'm going to... No, actually, we'll stay here for the moment. We'll just come to the far side. The reason why is because an option that the Skaven have is that they can besiege Fort Ostrosk, and then they can attack with another army outside, effectively locking Katarin away so she can't join in the battle. So I want to give the army outside as much of a chance as possible. So for this, let's start building up. We've got her warbear now, which is useful. We'll go for this and start getting her hit points up. And this one here, a guardian call for her is very useful. This one can have blizzard. And we'll boost his Saliak's Lullaby and replenish troops. Now for our research. Let's go for Troll Country Path. Oh, we don't have enough devotion yet. Don't go for that yet then, because we can't. Let's go for... God, I hate how they have them set up. So look at the amount of dead space you've got here, and they've still set it up so you have to scroll across to see everything. Let's just go for Ice Court Discipline. That'll do fine. Now, with that in mind, let's start recruiting or training an Ice Witch Lord and another Frost Maiden. So we've got the money, why not use it? And end the turn. That Throt didn't make the move. I didn't think he would, but there was always that possibility there. Obviously, we're not especially worried about holding on to Fort Ostrosk. It's not that important a settlement. We haven't even built anything up in there, because if we lose it, we lose it. I don't care. We'll get it back later. Zavastra has received a plague, and so has Fort Ostrosk. Okay, let's get away from there as soon as possible. We're going to come to here.
None shall question me.
There you go. The armies have moved away a bit.
One land. Ice Queen of Kislev.
And camp stance. Oh, actually, hang on.
Said march.
Does she have enough movement range to... Yes, she does. Can we get absolutely right next to it? I'm not sure we can. She can definitely hit Fort Stragov. I don't want to leave Sergov out by himself, though. Certainly can't put him in force march stance. I am going to
I will permit.
be cautious.
March.
Stay together. Because as you can see, there's still that there, not worried about that. Full stack there, not, well, almost full. But not great units, but against Cossars, they are dangerous. That's a more dangerous stack. That's a full stack with Throt the Unclean. You don't want to be messing with that, especially because of his summons. Let's get Katarin. Embodiment of Winter.
With this, I guard Kislev.
And obviously we're going Tempest for both of these girls. Let's have a look at everything in the rest of our settlements. I'm going to say let's boost up Kislev again there. And we'll start building up Vitevo. Again, Fort Ostrosk, we're not going to put anything in there for now. End the turn.
Patriarch of Kislev.
Could have put the Patriarch in, but I'm not especially worried about that at the moment. It's useful, but we can hold without him. See, Clan Moulder are very much on the back foot now.
Warm yourselves with fire.
So over the end turn, Throg declared war on us. Again, not especially worried about that. Now, we could go straight over for Hell Pit if we wanted to, but I'm not going to go for that just yet. I would rather try and do this as complete a job as possible here. Because it won't take us long to get over there. It's a short jump from Stragov. I would say Kat is now the stronger army, so we're going to leave her outside. Yeah, I was right. We didn't have enough movement range. He would have been outside on his Todd. So he can stay there. Do this. Again, I'm going to... Oh, do you know what? We might as well auto-resolve this one. I think it's fine. Yeah, not many casualties there. I was tempted to try and minimize casualties, but to be honest, they're fairly minimal anyway. We'll definitely go for Glacial Blast for her. And blessed are the foot soldiers. And we're now in positive money at last. And we're about to start getting gold as well, so that's good. What's his name? I don't know why that was taking so long to come through. Let's go for Master Builder. And then we're going to put an Ataman in the Northern World's Edge Mountains. Growth and control. Or money and control. Let's go growth and control here. Okay. Skill points. Extra replenish troops here. Now we might have actually had some casualties here. Maybe I should try just merging all of these units together, and we'll stick the Patriarch in, if he can reach. He should be able to. Yes, he can. Okay. Let's just merge all of these Kossar units. Oh, that took that one lower than I was expecting there. In that case, because this guy's got better replenished troops, I'm going to stick him in there. And that one to there. Now, skill points for her. We will get magical reserves. Get rid of that building. It's worthless. We'll leave the growth there because eventually we will want to be controlling Ostrosk. And for here, let's go... Right, it doesn't really make a huge amount of difference. Let's go control for now. End the turn. There we go. So they went for Ostrosk. That's fine by us. Have it. So they've taken Ostrosk back. That is absolutely fine. They'll probably take Stragov back as well. But the important thing is that we are going to get at Hell Pit soon. And then we can come back and take all this stuff back from them, knowing that they've got very little muscle in there. We will go... we'll go Scourge of the Corrupt for her. Better bows for her. Let's have a look at the rest. I'd imagine Kislev's looking pretty solid. We can get that. Do you want to upgrade that? Yeah, why not? And our gold's doing fine here. Very good. Let's see if Throt goes straight for Fort Stragov. I'd imagine he will. Ooh. Do we want to? It's a chunky army. It's a good opportunity to try and wipe that out. It's got Gorich. We're going to stay on target and we're going to ignore that because it's more important to take out Hell Pit. So it turns out they didn't take Ostros. They actually just sacked it, which suits us down to the ground because there's a lot of damage we can do here. Now, they're all in position to all reinforce each other. So we've got to decide how best to handle this because obviously... if we're attacking Hell Pit, they'll just crowd around it and we wind up having to deal with that settlement solo style, like having to deal with all of these troops directly outside of Hell Pit reinforcing. So we really want to deal with this. Let's get to here. Now, do we want to take on everyone at once? I would say that'd be quite a bad idea. Controlling large, we could always not control large armies, which I don't think would make that much difference because there's a lot of troops here. I think we should use the lightning strike, just take out some of these guys good and early. I don't think we should auto-resolve this. No, we shouldn't auto-resolve it. We're going to make sure it shows them grayed out. I don't want any nasty surprises. And yeah, we'll fight this manually. This is not really one that you need to watch here. That wasn't a nice one because we were dealing with a lot of Plague Claw catapults, a lot of stealth, and obviously a Warlock Engineer spamming magic. We're going to take replenishment there.
To the mines with them.
And that's now sent some Warlock Engineers, some Plague Claw catapults outside of our danger zone. Now this one here, that's Throt. He's got the big summons. Got to decide how we want to handle that. So
Tzarina Katarin.
for her, let's have a look here. I am going to say for this one, let's go with Snow Leopard Stalk, because that would have been useful in the last battle. And we're going to go for extra Guardian Call as well, because those Snow Leopard summons are really, really useful. And for our Frost Maiden here, we will go... Can't unlock any of those yet. We will go with extra Guardian Call. So her Snow Leopard summons are going to be really chunky now. This guy... let's go with Urson's Protection and Icon of Strength. Research, let's go for... Let's get that extra Winds of Magic, Glacial Prism.
Your Tzarina looks after you.
Ranger definitely for that one. And Glacial Blaster for this one.
I will make
Now it's a matter of who we send in here, because this one's in Force March. So Throt's in Force March. That's good news. And obviously we can heal these guys. And you know what? I think I would like Katarin to lead this fight here.
you serve me well, Kislevites.
So I'm going to say, let's go for Katarin to attack there. There's two armies in that one. I want to take them on one at a time, though, because we've got some serious crap to deal with here. So we're going to go for the Lightning Strike. It's showing us Pyrrhic Victory. We'll fight it manually, of course. End the turn. Take the replenishment. Good replenishment there. Goes to the other armies, backed off a little bit. Let's see our range.
The Ice Queen never fails.
Hoya,
We're going to come to there.
for die.
Brom's the one that's got Gorich and Warp Fire Throwers, so that would be nice to get rid of. That might take her below in camp stance, and I'd like to avoid that if we can, so we're going to go with this guy to start the attack here. They've run away, and we don't want to chase them that far. We definitely don't want to chase them that far, so that means we're going for this one.
One land.
Highborn son.
Close victory. I can lightning strike that and finish it off nice and quickly.
Kislev the Enduring.
Just to get rid of those plague claws. Take that.
Until you die. Lord of all.
Now, we're exposed in terms of our position here, but we're okay with that, because they don't have that much to worry about now. And with that being the case, we might as well just go in and attack this. Or we can go into ambush stance and stand nearer to cat, which I think is the smarter option there. Try and trap them. So, extra Guardian Call for that one.
This I guard Kislev.
I stand for Kislev.
Let's get Renowned and Feared for him, because some extra movement range for him would definitely have come in useful there. Blizzard for her. Obviously, we only have the weaker Patriarch now, because the other one died.
The people are ill-treated.
And just check up here. Rasiak, let's start building walls there. Or defences, you know what I mean. End the turn. Yeah, we've got them on the run.
My power is absolute.
Yeah, not especially worried about that either. Okay.
My decision is law.
Now what we need to do,
Ice Queen.
get rid of this bloody guy.
It suits.
So we're going to come to... It would be nice to get close enough that we can besiege at an angle that suits us. Let's... Where's his attack circle? Let's go to there.
Winds carry me.
Wow, before me.
There we go. He's basically running now. Going to come to here.
Only to the throne.
Strike them down.
Let's just get close together again.
Roll out.
The council is disappointed.
That here, not worried about that. Where's the other army? Yeah, that might go for Fort Ostrosk. That's okay. Ataman. Frost Maidens. Boost those Frost Maidens. And that makes me want to move him out of there, actually, because that at Kislev would be much more useful. Let's start building up Kazid Irkulaz. And let's get rid of that Undercity as well.
Grow restless.
5 more turns until we can take Kislev up to tier 4. Yeah, we do want to intercept that now. I don't really want to fight that. I don't really want to take that many casualties because we've got no replenishment here. So we are going to fight that manually. Yeah, very few casualties for us. High value all around intercepting that. Let's go with that, see if it comes out with another one. It didn't. So Katarin is now going to besiege.
Unleash Kislev.
Help it. And we've got our reinforcements in there. So we can now
Victory.
do that.
Blade and frost.
And we are just going to occupy it because it's going to be a high value settlement. And as you can see, we got some Chaos Boys coming, so we're going to start prepping for them. This is almost completely untouched. We're going to move them into ambush stance right outside where Katarin is here. And we're going to start merging some units here for Katarin. Right, how much recruitment do we have here? We've got 5, and we can get Streltsy if we want.
We are both servants. You and I.
And from there, I'm going to say we're not going to bother getting Streltsy. We're just going to get Kossars still, because I still think that's all we really need here. And for our skill points for Katarin,
Ice Queen of Kislev.
let's go for... that's not a huge priority here. Got anything for our Cossars? Melee defense and reload time reduction. Let's start going down her magic line. We'll get Death Frost. That'll be useful for single entities. We're going to get... We're going to boost Hailstorm for her because it's a good spell when you can actually hit it. Oh, she's got another one for that. So let's go for Urson's Protection. Get her some missile resistance.
Never yield.
Sergov here. Let's go for... We'll get Urson's Protection for now.
This is mine. By
For
right.
her, we're going to go Blizzard. And for this guy, Saliak's Lullaby and Replenish Troops. Now, we can recruit some Patriarchs from here, so we'll get one here. That'll go into Cat's army next turn. And we might as well get our other Frost Maiden while we're at it. And at this stage, I'm going to start recruiting another general at Kislev because we've got the Ice Witch and we've got plenty of money. So she's going to come in here.
We require soldiers.
We're going to get 3 for this turn, and then we're going to change to relief columns for here so we can get extra recruitment next turn. No, we'll hold off on that.
Wintertide's child.
Obviously, Hailstorm for her and Biting Wind. Vitevo, let's boost the defenses up as much as we can, and let's start going for some money here. And Savastra, I'm not going to put any more money into just yet in case it gets blindsided. We've got a lot of enemies here. We've got a war going with not only Throt still, but also, what's his name? Pervy Boy. Other Slaaneshi guy. Azazel, that's his name. He's over here. We can deal with that. Commandment for Hellpit. Let's go for... Let's go for recruitment here. We'll keep hold of this for the moment. And we can get Streltsy if we want to. Let's just see how it goes over the end of the turn.
Are all guilty.
So long as you do not question me.
Cool, cool, cool.
Well met.
Dragon Bay wants to be friends. I'm down for that. There we go. We're not worried about that. Obviously, they've got an alliance here with Azazel, which explains a lot about what they've been doing. And Fort Ostrosk is going down as well.
We are Kislev.
And that's the end of the turn. Now, as you can see, they're all gathering up here. But we have now got a very, very strong position. So what we can do is merge those and merge those. Stick that into there.
Maiden of the Frosts. Born to rule. The Tzarina.
Stick
Favors
that
the
into there.
motherland shall provide.
So we have now 2 full armies. This needs a bit of replenishment, obviously.
This is
They're ready to go there.
Keeper of Iceman.
And
It is
start
my
recruiting
join me.
more Kossars over here. So nothing here is really worth worrying about anymore. We've got the forces to be able to take out everything that's coming at us. Azazel, he brings different challenges to Clan Moulder. Obviously, that's still a fairly chunky Clan Moulder army, but we can absolutely trash that. We've shown that throughout this guide. And yeah, there's another Azazel army that's been weakened there. None of this, I mean, this is all relatively low armor, so the Kossars will absolutely chew them to pieces. So from here, I think you can pretty much take it, guys. We've taken Hell Pit from Clan Moulder. We've wiped out Azhag the Slaughterer out of the mountains and consolidated them and made them totally our own. The Skaven, Clan Moulder, are basically done here. If you take this army out, they've got nothing left. They have fought Stragoth, and there's nothing else that you particularly need to worry about. So I think this is a good point for us to stop here, guys. You know how to do it from here. We've got 2 mega cities in the form of Hell Pit and Kislev. We've got this entire province here. We've got this entire province here. And we'll be able to take out everything that's facing us in the rest of this territory here. We've even got friendly terms with the Ropsman clan. We do indeed, don't we? So why don't we just get a trade agreement with them to finish things off? They're very close to being confederatable, quite frankly, if we keep on beating up everyone who they don't like. So I'm hoping this helps you to see your way through your own Katarin campaigns on Legendary. If it's helpful to you or you've just enjoyed it, I'd appreciate you hitting like, subscribing, all that other good stuff. You know the crap that YouTubers always bug you to do. Regardless, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. Cheers.